20 times Mother Nature got angry on camera. Natural disasters are one of the most terrifying things in the world because when Mother Nature decides to get aggressive, there is nothing you can do other than to brace for impact. Today we're going to be looking at 20 times Mother Nature got angry and it was caught on camera. Be sure to stick around till the end to see what a tsunami is capable of doing to a coastline. And hey, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and slam that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our amazing uploads. Number 20. Hurricane Michael, Panama City. Hurricane Michael made landfall in October of 2018 and was recorded as the first Category 5 hurricane to touch the United States since it had been hit by Hurricane Andrew back in 1992. Michael tore through Panama City Beach, and footage of the storm shows just how much destructive powers its 160-plus mile-per-hour winds had. The damage dealt to Panama City and the surrounding Bay County has changed that area forever, leaving many families with their homes destroyed. Number 19. Little Wild Horse Slot Canyon Flash Flood. One of the big things they warn you about hiking inside canyons and crevices is to watch out for rain and water, because at the drop of a hat, water running down from the mountains and land above will flow into the crevice and begin filling it. These hikers can be seen running back to the entrance of the Slot Canyon as water begins to rush past them and slowly rise in level. When hiking through canyons, always be listening for the sound of running water because you might need to find some higher ground. Number 18. The Australian Fire Tornado. Have you ever wondered what happens when a tornado and a wildfire clash? In this video taken of a wildfire in Australia shows that the wind from the tornado is capable of fanning the flames of the fire while sucking some of it up into the vortex, creating a phenomenon that can only be referred to as a fire-nado. Sucking in the flames from the left and right of it, you can see the wind pulling the fire upward into a truly terrifying pillar. Number 17. Sinkhole swallows car. This sinkhole began forming after a series of rain showers in Baltimore City. You can watch as an entire row of cars parked on the streets slowly begin to sink into the ground. And it isn't long before the process speeds up, causing an entire line of cars to go crashing down into the ground. The event occurred in 2014, and aerial views of the scene show where exactly the side of the road gave out. Number 16. Terrifying dust storm. On March the 25th, 2011, this sandstorm was caught passing through Kuwait and turned the entire city into a scene out of an apocalypse movie. You can watch as the city is enveloped by a cloud of dust and sand that causes the city to fall into a state of darkness as the citizens begin running for shelter. In a matter of minutes, visibility turned into almost zero. I couldn't imagine waking up and looking out of my window and seeing that. It would be insane. Number 15. Brumadinho Dam collapses. On January the 25th of 2019, a dam about 5 miles east of Brumadinho came crumbling down, and when it did, it released a flow of water and mud through the area. You can see the mud flow rushing past and through trees, taking over anything in its path. Sadly, the flow of water also ran into the mine systems, including a cafeteria area that was serving lunch at the time. The runoff also destroyed farms, farmland, and mining offices. In total, 270 people died after the disaster. Number 14. Baseball-sized hail in Texas. April the 16th, 2021. Residents in Austin, Texas were struck with hail, which isn't something that's too abnormal for Texas. However, videos and pictures captured by multiple people show that the size of this hail was destructive. Pieces of hail the size of baseballs fly from the sky, shattering car windshields and windows of houses. I would not have wanted to be caught outside when this was falling from the sky. Number 13. Wildfire in Greece. Several villages have been evacuated throughout Greece following a series of wildfires spreading throughout the forests. These fires have been burning since August of 2021 and have since claimed the lives of at least 5 people and countless wildlife. In footage captured by news and residents in the area, you can see just how much the fire is spreading. Some have even needed to be evacuated from the area via boats and rescue ships. Number 12. Tornado in Dallas throwing semi-trucks. Back in 2012, Dallas, Texas was hit with multiple tornadoes that ended up dealing millions of dollars worth of damage throughout the city. Perhaps the most insane part about these wild winds is the footage people captured of the tornadoes picking up and tossing around semi-trucks as if they were toys. So if you ever wondered if a tornado could pick up a truck, the answer is, absolutely. Number 11. Heat wave in Europe. During the summer of 2018, people all over Europe found themselves flocking to the nearest bodies of water to cool off as temperatures across the country thrust them into an intense heat wave. The temperature was so high in certain areas that it was reported that asphalt melted in the Netherlands. You can watch videos that show people submerging themselves in public fountains, something that would normally be considered a crime. Number 10. Tsunami in Indonesia. Much like the incident that occurred with the Boxing Day tsunamis in 2004, an earthquake occurred off the coast of Indonesia in 2018, sending massive waves barreling towards the shore. Watch as residents flee from the beach and the shoreline in this clip showing the beginning of the devastation. More than 400 people were left dead following the tsunami. Number 9. Ship sails into hurricane. Being at sea during even a minor storm is a huge fear for most people, so I couldn't imagine being one of the crew members aboard this massive vessel that is making its way through a hurricane. Watch as the waves tower over the front of the ship, crashing into it and making it look like it could go down at any second. There is almost no doubt that if the captain hadn't been experienced, this would have ended very poorly. Number 8. Glacial tsunami. Following the collapse of a massive portion of an iceberg, giant waves were sent rushing towards the shore. You can see tourists and many sightseers fleeing from the shoreline as the waves come crashing in. The melting of the ice caps and the glaciers is not only causing water levels to rise, but it's apparently causing tsunamis as well. Number 7. Heavy rain brings floods to Libya. In November of 2020, Libya and the surrounding area were hit with torrential rains which caused flooding in various areas. Videos captured of the flooding saw cars being swept down the road. The current was so strong and the water was moving so fast that it was moving the car as if it was a Hot Wheels toy. Number 6. The Loma Prieta earthquake of 1989. In 1989, California was hit with one of the most intense earthquakes in recorded history. The earthquake was so intense that it collapsed a portion of the upper level of the Bay Bridge, causing 2 cars to come crashing down on the level below. It also sent forest ranging throughout the city of San Francisco in the Bay Area. Number 5. El Reno tornado. The El Reno tornado is still considered to be one of the biggest tornadoes to wreak havoc in recorded history. In fact, it was the widest tornado ever recorded. The tornado touched down just after 6 p.m. on May 31, 2013. El Reno also happened to be the first tornado in history to claim the life of a storm chaser. Video caught by this storm chaser shows just how wide the base of this monster was, spanning more than 2 miles. Number 4. Teenager gets struck by lightning. In July of 2016, a lifeguard had been biking home after a day at work when he noticed a storm rolling in. He ended up taking cover underneath a small overhanging roof and pulled out his phone to record the storm. Instead, he ended up recording the incident where he gets struck by lightning. In the video, you can hear him reacting to getting struck.
It's over, I can say it was cool, but during the whole process of what happened, that was not cool at all. Basically, the whole ground just vibrated, and it went up through my feet, up to my body, up to my chest.
According to doctors, if he hadn't been holding onto the rubber grips on his bike, he might not have walked away unscathed as he did. Number 3. Landslide in Norway. In Norway, a landslide was captured on video as it pulled 8 houses into the sea to be covered by water forever. Everything on the plot of land shifted and separated itself from the rest of the coast around it. It was basically destroyed with no chance of salvaging it. This phenomenon was actually captured on camera by the owner of one of the homes that got swept away. Number 2. Driving through the fire. The wildfires that burned through California in 2016 are something that a lot of people will never forget. People forced to evacuate their homes because of the approaching flames flooded the internet with pictures and videos of what was going on. One terrifying sight is a recording of people who were attempting to evacuate. In the video, it looks as if they're driving through the underworld. Even around them is tinted red and orange due to the flames. I couldn't imagine what that must have been like. Number 1. Tsunami in India. In 2004, there was an undersea megathrust earthquake off the coast of northern Sumatra. This sent a series of tsunami waves, some of which were over 100 feet tall, spreading across communities and cities along the surrounding coastlines. These have been since known as the Boxing Day tsunamis, and you can watch here as it tears through the coast of India, sweeping away buildings, furniture, vehicles, and even people as the water crashes through. In total, the tsunamis are said to have killed over 200,000 people across 14 different countries. Holy cow, I would not want to be caught in the pathway of Mother Nature whilst she's angry. What sort of natural disaster freaks you guys out the most? Be sure to let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our uploads.